We're in a low place. So what does God do with a prophet that has gone from the height of success to now wanting to die? Does God rebuke Elijah, say, shame on you, I can't believe you're doing this? Where's your faith, Elijah? Come on, this is just a queen. I've got her. You shouldn't even be worried about her. Does God rebuke Elijah? No. The Lord allows an empty and exhausted Elijah to rest. And when the prophet wakes up from a nap, the angel of the Lord is there with food. Elijah eats it, and then Elijah goes back to bed. Elijah wakes up, and does God rebuke the prophet? No. The angel of the Lord is there with another meal. God allows his prophet to rest. He allows his prophet to get refreshed. And now Elijah journeys to another place of solitude, Mount Horeb. And though strengthened, and he no longer now has the death wish, Elijah is still not out of the low of the desert. Elijah is still focused upon those who would kill him. And Elijah has this fatalistic thinking now. He believes he is the only one on earth who's been faithful to the Lord. And yet, in the place of solitude, spending time in communing with God, the Lord corrects Elijah's warped thinking and helps him realize that, no, Elijah, you're not the only one. There are 7,000 in Israel who've not ever bowed the knee to worship Baal. In the heights and in the lows of the desert, Elijah comes apart for a while. He rests, and he is renewed by God. In the highs and lows of the desert, Jesus says to his disciples, come apart and rest a while. It sounds so simple. It sounds so unsophisticated, yet it is so essential. So essential that it might change the way that we look at rest and our quiet time with God. Listen to these important words. Christ, in his full of tenderness and compassion for all in his service, he would show his disciples that God does not require sacrifice, but mercy. They have been putting their whole souls into the labor for the people, and this was exhausting their physical and mental strength. It was their duty to rest. Rest was so essential, it was the disciples' duty to rest. Do you view rest that way? Do you see it as your duty to rest? Deadlines, oh no, those are duty. Homework and housework, nope, duty. Appointments and meetings, duty. Our careers, our occupation, simply putting food on the table and paying the bills, oh yeah, duty. But rest? Rest is something we just get to when we can. Rest is something we see as optional. Rest is something we can do a little bit less with now, and we'll try to catch up on it later sometime. Rest is something that we do when vacations come up, holiday weekends come up. Rest is something we say we'll do in retirement. Rest is something we'll do when we collapse in exhaustion. But do we often see rest as a duty? Something that is just as essential in your life as everything else that you think is essential in your life. But what if time to rest and spend time with God is viewed as so essential that you would refuse appointments? You would say, I'm sorry, I can't take that appointment. I can't do it at that time. And when people ask you why, you say, it's my duty to rest. I have a duty. I have a duty to rest. For some, we'd be embarrassed to say such a thing. So let's get practice in looking at rest and time with God is so essential that we would make time for it, just as we would make time for everything else in our life that we believe truly matters. let's say on the count of three together, I'll do the countdown, and 3, 2, 1, and after 1, we're all going to say together, it is my duty to rest. We're going to practice this. Are you ready? After I say 1, you say, it's my duty to rest. 3, 2, 1. It's my duty to rest. Now, hopefully for some of you, that felt really good. I have a duty to rest. It's your duty to rest. It'll be my duty to rest this afternoon, I tell you. Now, let's be clear. Your duty